Woo! This is our 996 slant nose project. You've probably followed along on like Instagram, TikTok, or even here. Well, now it is time for a new build.
This is a 1983 928. Our customer asked us if we can put a wide body on this, and we said yes.
Naturally.
It's 5-speed V8 front engine, water cooled. A little different from that or many other cars that we work on. We will be doing a custom interior in addition to the wide body.
Not only that, we'll be documenting this from concept all the way to completion here on YouTube. So every Saturday, keep an eye out for a video update. Today we're gonna start on the wireform, and then after that, we get our concept down. We'll roll all the way up through the metalwork, paint, fit and finish, you name it, it'll all be here. The seat doesn't move, and I'm too short for this ride. So the first step is we're gonna go ahead, we have other Fuchs that we're gonna put on the car just to mock up with. Kind of like with the slant nose, we had the race wheels on the car to mock up with until we got the final wheels. Wheels to order right now are pretty far out. Far out, dude. Please delete that, it's terrible. Anyway, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna mock up with some wheels we have now that are roughly the same fitment. And then we'll take measurements and figure out what the final wheels will be. This is the donor car for wheels right now. The old Translog 944 Autocross SCCA, I think, also car. If Tony was here, he'd know. Ooh, those tires. Let's go. All right, so we got the car in the shop now. It's on the 944 race car wheels. I actually threw a 16 millimeters worth of spacer in the rear on this side just to poke it out a little bit farther. Not sure if it's gonna stay there or not, but again, this is just for mock-ups. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna protect the car. I threw some spark deflection paper down, and we're gonna get ready to start doing a wireframe to figure out our design. I have a design, I've done many sketches, but design and actual application, two entirely different things. That's why there's so many jokes about engineers and things not working. So let's make it work. We can try it. Hey, it fits. Yeah. Oh, that's like perfect actually. Would you look at that?
I mean, the big thing is, like, whatever air it's going to be collecting has to do something. Otherwise, we're just bringing air in to send it back
It's going to
out.
go to the condenser for the refrigerator.
Right.
In the back of it. For the kegerator. All right, so here's where we're at so far. We have our 928 here. We ended up choosing this wheel for the rear because the white Fuchs that we had just weren't wide enough. The offset wasn't where we wanted it to be, and we couldn't fit enough spacers behind with how short the studs are on the car. But we happen to have the wheels from the blue Boxer tube chassis race car sitting out there. And we're like, these are our last ditch effort to see what we have on hand before we have to buy something or 3D print like a jig or whatever. So this is what we ended up using. And it ended up with about 16 millimeters of spacing out. It ended up being exactly-ish where we wanted it to be. Close enough that we could model off it and then adjust from there if we wanted to go in or out. But I do like how it sits now. The white wheels were square, meaning that front and rear, it didn't really deviate very much. So this should be where we want it to be. So now I'm just going through and we're wiring and rewiring and changing because our initial design, actually, we're kind of deviating it from a little bit. Now that we have the car in front of us and we figured out where we want the wheel to be, we were originally going to have the air intake run from here down through, kind of like 918 style. We're deviating from that entirely. This morning when I came in, actually I did a sketch of roughly what Tony and I had come up with. And now I'm gonna wire that out so we can actually see it on the car. Knowing that this is going to be a problem area, and we talked about using clay in problem areas, I'm going to go ahead and start heating the clay a while. Okay. Just let it heat. Yep. In case I need it, then it'll be ready. We're gonna have to get more of this wire. There might be some here somewhere. I didn't see it when I was grabbing stuff, but
Make do with what you got.
I do that.
Take the thick stuff and roll it out thinner.
So we've been sitting here for like 30 minutes deliberating about what we want to do with this intake, canard, winglet. I still don't have a name for it, but
I think it's performing a couple of functions, so that makes it a little tougher. But
like you mentioned before, we have a vision in our heads, and as again, when you go from vision to actual physical form, there's translation between there that things change. And not only that, we have two different visions in our heads as well, just like the slant nose, and we are fleshing out our ideas, and things keep changing, and that's good.
I think we're generally agreed that from about here up, we feel we're together on that we like that. Maybe a little bit of tweaks yet, but like the general direction that's going. Where we are trying to come together is from here down, exactly how we work this into the car, leave it as it is. And so we're discussing the ideas of which way we want to take that. All right, so we did a little reshaping here at the rocker and into our scoop. We wanted to tie some of this into the rocker a little tighter and smooth all that out. Conceptually, this is going to be pulling air in through here. That'll be for brake cooling, transmission cooler, with a little bit of downforce feature worked in here as well. Coming together, not finalized. This is concept to
completion.
Yes.
That's going to be the word of, or the phrase of this whole series is concept to completion, which means you're watching our concept process pretty much live, where we are figuring out the little kinks and whatnot in the design. Like I said, we have plenty of ideas. Logan's probably put up many different renderings and sketches and stuff we've had throughout the past, months. And as you can see, we're already deviating from that a little bit, and I'm happy about that because I really like how this is turning out. And I was pretty married initially to the first earlier clay model, but now I like this one a lot more. So Tony, you were correct in that.
and again, this is still design. This is not fabrication. So
correct. Yeah, this will all be. This is clay work right now, and we haven't really explained the clay yet. It's an oil-based automotive clay that is made for this. Now, the specific clay we're using in this application is not necessarily...
It's close.
It's close. Yeah. It's meant for repairing molds, not for being the actual plug itself. But it does work, and we got a lot of it on a good deal, so we're not going to throw it away. Now, so we have a 3D scan of the original design. I'm going to 3D scan this one as well, and we will be touching up on that process from going from clay to an actual end user product later on when we circle back around. Up next, instead, we're going to be working on the quarter panel on the car. As you can see, we already have a wireframe done on the car, and by done, I mean it is roughed, and it's like the front half of it. So the plan next in the next video is to go through, and we're going to solidify this and then put clay over it and figure out our exact profiling and radiuses and little details that will make this car really pop. After we do that, we'll be going through...
Yeah, we'll wrap around into our spoiler, our rear bumper. We're going to be changing up the exhaust exits.
I'm excited about that one. You guys will definitely like that. We have some wild ideas.
And then we got to move that way.
Yeah, we got the front fender. We have to also flare. We have some other detail work we want to do that is similar to this. And obviously, this will be a whole cohesive build, not just one really cool feature and then slab sides. So look forward to that as well. And as always, make sure you're liking, commenting, subscribing, and stay tuned because next Saturday there'll be another update. And we are super excited to have you guys along on this process.
Yes.
Concept to completion, baby.